This is Irene Lidval for Secret to Women's Success, episode number 1. Yay! It's so much fun that we are finally launching our first episode. And I had something very special in mind for my first episode, but then I changed my mind because I really want to share something with you that I think is so important to all of us. And if we go back to the beginning, when I was a very young girl, and I went down to Austria to go skiing, and I fell in love with the village, the snow, the scenery, everything. Oh my Lord, I loved it so much. And I thought to myself, how can I manifest this into my life? How can I get this to be part of my life? How can I live this life and get paid for living here? So one day, a couple of maybe 2 years later, I was sitting at home and painting a bookshelf. And under the bookshelf, I had a newspaper to cover for any spills of paint. And I had applied to go to dental technician school in Germany. And I put the telephone next to myself on that paper, awaiting for that call to come in. So I bravely painted the bookshelf, and while I was doing that, I was looking down to the paper and I saw this ad for tour guides. That was something I had never ever thought of that I could do, but I thought, oh my God, that sounds really fun. The phone rings and it's the school in Germany, and they say to me that yes, they have accepted my application and they want to enroll me. I'm staring down at this ad and I'm telling the clerk on the other side, I have to call you back. And I hang up the telephone receiver. This was before iPhones and smartphones. Anyhow, I called the number on the ad on the paper, and they asked me if I was interested in becoming a tour guide, and I said, yes, definitely. That would be so much fun, because I was curious. I was really curious. And another thing, I took actions. And this is what's so important to us in life, to actually take action. And you never know what action might lead to. Anyhow, they asked me to come down to their office in the city, and I hopped on my bicycle and pedaled down and went into their office. This was on a Monday, and it was a perfect fit apparently, because on Wednesday I was flying down to Spain and my life changed totally 360. I did not expect this to happen, but it did. And to make a long story short, after I became a tour guide, I was placed, yes, you guessed it, my first destination was not Austria, but Mallorca in Spain. And I've heard so many bad things about Mallorca. I did not want to go there, but I had to, because I had my goal inside. I wanted to go to Austria. So off I went to Mallorca, and I loved it. It's funny, you perceive something or you heard something, and then that becomes your reality. But I'm telling you, you need to find out for yourself. Anyhow, after a season in Spain, in Mallorca, I got sent to, yes, you guessed it, Austria. And that was my dream. But when I got to Austria, because I was the new kid in town, they sent me to the godforsaken little village. It was not even a village. It was one hotel on a bus route. And that's where I was supposed to live out my days that winter. But nothing could stop my enthusiasm. I was just so happy to be where I was. So I got my first load of tourists and skiers. And the first morning, when we were all having breakfast, I announced to all my clients that I was going skiing. And if they wanted to come with me, they were more than welcome. So I then walked across the street to the bus stop because we had to take the bus to the slopes. There were 42 people there waiting for me. And off we went, and I then learned something, that if I bought all those ski passes for those people, I would get one free ski pass per 7. So you can do the math. So that's a lot of money. And I thought to myself, my God, I wonder if the company knows about this. Anyhow, we went off and we skied and we had so much fun. And that evening we took the bus back together and we became such a tight-knit little community there in our one hotel on the bus route. And we had so much fun in the evenings and we skied together every day, and we had lunches and dinners and fondues and tobogganings. We had so much fun. And unbeknown to me, there was one person in that group that was a journalist. And when she got back to Sweden, she actually wrote a whole article about me and how much she had enjoyed her holidays with me and the company and how enthusiastic I was, and she couldn't recommend me enough. And this is another point that I want to point out, is that, you know, when you do what you love, people love you for it because you just want to give back. And that's what I was doing. Now, I did not only give back to my company. I told them about how much money they could do actually buying the ski passes in bulk. And for that, I was rewarded because they gave me another resort with much bigger slopes and many more clients, and they pushed me upwards, so I became the area manager. And then they rewarded me again, and I was becoming the teacher at the guide school in Austria. And then they sent me out to find new resorts and make contracts with hotels and bus companies, and it was just an incredible life. I was so happy, and I skied my little buns off. So why am I telling you all this? Well, it is about taking actions and loving what you do, because when you do what you love and you love everything about it, there is no stopping you, because you just want to have fun, do what you want to do, and it's not a job, it's a way of life. And with that, this is the first session or section of my first episode, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And please join me for other episodes and more stories about how to become independent and free while having fun. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.